3, 2, 1, go.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Tammy Maltby, and I'm so thrilled to have you join us tonight. Just a moment. My picture just went out.
We just lost you, Tammy. There you are.
I'm back. And we're so glad that you joined us tonight on this Zoom. We have a very special guest for you tonight, and we're going to jump into that in just one moment. But I wanted to introduce myself to you. My name is Tammy Maltby, and I jumped inside this opportunity about 6.5 years ago. So if you are a guest and someone invited you onto our Zoom tonight, it's because they believe that there's something that you might want to take a look at. And I was exactly in that position 6.5 years ago. I was looking, and you know, a lot of people didn't know I was looking, but I was looking. I was looking for an opportunity for more time freedom and more financial freedom. My husband and I, he's a retired lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. He taught at the Air Force Academy for 9 years. We both had worked very hard in our careers. I was in publishing and in media. And we had had some success in what we had done. We were very grateful for that. I'm a mother of 4 children, adult children, and 7, yes, true, 7, and they were all here last week, 7 grandsons. And we had gone through the season of 2008. Now, I don't know if any of you remember what 2008 was like, but very similar to what we're experiencing right now in 2020. And that was a really challenging time. Many people lost their investments, lost land, lost their homes, and unfortunately, my husband and I, even though we had worked very hard our whole lives, all of our investments but one, we lost. They were all in real estate. My husband was in real estate, and we had to recreate our life and find another way to create income and to pay off some pretty significant financial debt that we incurred in 2008, 2009. And so one thing I can tell you is when you're living an expensive lifestyle and all the income stops coming in, you start going into debt so much faster. And that was our situation. And within a very short period of time, we found ourselves in large portions of debt due to a company and some significant amount of land that we had lost. And so I was working a full-time job. I was working a part-time job. I couldn't figure out how I was going to make more money because there was only one of me in 24 hours. And one day, a really good friend of mine that I trusted, and I encourage you, if someone invited you to this tonight and you trust them, there is a reason they invited you. And I'm so grateful that I can look back at the day that Tom Davis invited me to come and take a look at this opportunity. So I went to his home with his wife. They were really good friends. And we just heard about this opportunity at that time called Limu. We are now a house of brands under the company called Ariix, which is incredible. And I just jumped in and got a pack of products, started drinking them, started to get my own experience and transformation story. I can only tell you I'd never done anything like this. So if you've never done anything like this, you're in a really good place. Because I had never done anything like this, but within 4.5 months, I was making enough extra to pay for my house payment and my car payment. And I'll tell you, if someone was making your house payment and your car payment, would that change your financial picture just a little bit? I think for most families it would, and it did for me. And the rest really is history. Now I pay it forward. I've replaced my full-time income with this opportunity. And it has truly been a transformational experience. Now, fast forward about a year ago, or fast forward from that time to last year, right around June 1st, we merged with this amazing company called Ariix, a house of brands. And we are now one of the many brands inside of Ariix, which is a health and wellness company. And so there's so many incredible things that are happening inside of Ariix. It is a profound company. I'll tell you, I was the privilege of being in a smaller group of leaders that came in from the get-go. And we've been working with leadership. We've been working with the owners, and these people are the most integritous, life-giving, bending backwards to make sure your business is successful. In fact, let me just tell you, our guest tonight, Rick Redford, was just on a Zoom, and it was for all of North America. And it's an encouraging Zoom. We do a lot of these. This is how we communicate with each other because, wow, it's 2020 and we get to do everything via Zoom these days, which is so awesome in the comfort of our homes. But I want you to know that last month in Ariix, there were over 1,000 rank advancements. When I heard that, I was like, are you even kidding me? 1,000 rank advancements? And that's only in North America. And we are all over the world. And in fact, one of my beloved promoters, Erica Fundamentive, she bumped herself up to manager, and she's got an awesome team rocking in South Africa right now that I think they've brought in 34 reps in the last 6 weeks. So we're just seeing so much growth. We are seeing so much opportunity. And that's enough from me because I want you to hear from my guest tonight. My guest has more to tell you than I could ever tell you of value. His name is Mr. Rick Redford, and I met Rick over a year ago in Salt Lake City, and he is an extraordinary man. He's a family man. He has a large family and many children and beautiful grandchildren. He's been married to one wife for a very long time, which says a lot about who he is. And he is also the general manager of North America. And I've been so impressed with this man because he's talented, he's ambitious, he's driven, but he's also humble. And I think that's a really incredible character quality to carry, especially when you have greatness in you. But Rick was the one talking about 1,000 rank advancements, but we're here tonight to talk about another really incredible thing, that our company Ariix is going public. And so let me introduce Rick. Rick, are you there?
I am.
Hi, Rick.
Hey.
Welcome. We're so glad you jumped on with us tonight.
You're welcome. I'm going to make a small correction, though. Can I make a small correction?
Yeah. Do you have more than one wife?
Well, I am a Mormon.
Maybe there's
I'm a Mormon from Utah, so you never know, right? No, that's not the correction.
Okay, good.
There's two corrections, actually. The one is you said, I have one wife, and that says a lot about me. No, that says a lot about her. That's the one correction. The second one is the 1,000 title advancements we had was for 1 week. Not
that was
month.
for 1 week. 1 week,
week 26, which was last week. So that's even more incredible.
Crazy. That's incredible. That's just a small little detail, and that's an important detail. My goodness. So, anybody can do this. I say I make lots of mistakes, but I'm very teachable, and it's a great place to be. So it was last week we saw 1,000 title advancements. But Rick, you are the leader. You are the one that is charging, and you are at the forefront, and you see the pulse. Yep. You see the temperature. You see what's happening across North America, Canada, the United States, and Mexico. And you also see what is happening with Ariix itself, and that we are going public. That's a big deal. Yeah. And now I'm going to ask you something that some people that might be listening might already be thinking. When you hear of a company going public, you usually think that the owners want out. They want their money and they want out. Or you think about a company that's in a financially tough situation, so they want more cash. But that's neither of the two issues for Ariix.
That's right.
So clarify that for us.
I will. First of all, thank you for inviting me to be on the call tonight, and I do appreciate it. I love the artist previously known as Limu. We're all Ariix, I know that, but I still can't help but look at all of you as being, part of a Limu family that had put their trust and confidence in Gary Racer and the team at Limu. And we take that very seriously. You are not just a house of brands or a part of our house of brands, which Limu is a very important part of that. but we believe that we've been able to take that original vision and expand it for you. And that's really the clear difference between how some companies might approach mergers or acquisitions or partnerships, is that they might absorb you into their culture in a sense where you disappear. And I just believe that it's more important to be a blend of cultures instead of everybody molding into an Ariix culture. We become a blend of cultures. It's like a fertile garden. And I know this isn't what you wanted me to talk about, but I think it's important to share philosophically that, and it does play into the conversation tonight, and I'll explain why. So, when you have a garden and you build a new house, for instance, you put in topsoil and you really improve the soil over time. And a lot of that comes with all the diversity of plants that you have there. And I think that that's really what Ariix is this fertile garden that everybody can participate, whether you're a petunia or a rose or a bush or a tree or a flower. It's just this incredible fertile garden for everyone to flourish. And I love that. And it brings us to why going public is an important part of that same strategy. So I will confirm what Tammy said. Most companies, in fact, if you look at the statistics, a high number of those companies that go public are for one of two main reasons. And that is, number one, golden parachute for the owners, which it's not a bad thing. It is owners who put their blood, sweat, and tears and ownership and years and so on into building a company. The only way that they can be rewarded for that is either by selling to another owner or by going public, where they could diversify and sell over time and so on, liquidate. That is not the case here. Number two is a combination of one of two things financially. Either they are kind of out of money and out of options, and so they go public to be able to kind of restock the shelves, or restock the bank shelves in this case. I was thinking of cash register. That's what I was thinking in my mind. But who even uses those anymore? Remember the old days?
That dates you. That dates me. I was
to push the.
I know, totally.
An interesting tidbit. So when I go into a store and they say, okay, it's $261, I always give $311. And they look at me like I am a crazy nutball until they enter $311 in cash tendered, and it's 50 cents even to come out. I just think that way because when I started working, it was I had to count out the cash, and I had to be aware of all that. Nowadays, you have to enter everything in, and so people are stupid. They just don't put their mind to use. They're not stupid. They just put the mind to use to be able to understand that. And they look at me like I'm a crazy man until all of a sudden it dawns on them that I figured out how to get 50 cents back rather than a bunch of pennies. Anyway, I'm squirrel. So
come on back. Come on back.
Either you're out of money and need more money, or you're looking to expand and you don't have the cash reserves to be able to expand.
Right.
I've been involved with a number of companies that was what they went public for. And when you think about it, that's a good reason to go public. Meaning that if you want, let's say you're only in North America and you want to expand into Europe and you don't have as much of a cash flow as you need to do that, then that's a good way to do that. So that wasn't the case either, because we've been able to self-fund all of the mergers, acquisitions, and partnerships that we have done to date have all been with our own cash flow. Right. So it's not that we don't have the money to do things, but think about this. So from a corporate standpoint, and then I'm going to get down to, because I know the next question is, how is that going to benefit you in Littleton, Colorado, or Colorado Springs, Colorado? But from a company standpoint, if let's say you're doing a deal with a company and you're creating a merger or acquisition, it's $10 million evaluation. And so let's say you put $3 million up front cash to the owner, and then the $7 million is earned over a number of years as what we call an earnout. Well, that's hard cash. And what we have to do as a company is, where do we spend our money? So a new product comes along. Let's say it's an incredible product. It takes away wrinkles from middle-aged women. Not that there's anyone middle-aged on this call, but especially happy birthday.
Thanks.
Miss now officially middle-aged.
Middle-aged.
I can only say that because I'm older than you. But so let's say it's a miracle cream, but we've committed X amount of dollars to a merger that's going to happen. We don't have the funds, the excess funds, to now go out and get that technology. So from a company standpoint, when you can leverage more, and when I say more for the company, but also more for you, because now we can do those mergers, acquisitions, partnerships with what I call paper or stock, because it has value and that value can increase. So that 7 million that was going to be earned in an earn out, if now that's given in stock and that stock doubles, then that owner who is expecting 10 million now gets 20 million. He's happier than ever before. Plus, by not using that cash, now we have more cash to go out and expand in your business and get new technologies and so on. So I know that's the next question. I'll wait for you to ask it.
Go for it.
So what's in it for me? I'm a distributor. I live in Eava. Where do you live? Colorado, where?
Colorado Springs.
I knew that. So you're in Colorado Springs, Colorado. How is the company going public to benefit me? So first of all, just so you know, I have some experience of what I'm talking about. I was a stockbroker and a trader during the 1980s for 6.5 years. I actually focused my attention on mergers and acquisitions and participated in a number of them. I've seen them be good and bad, and it had nothing to do with whether it was public or not. I want to destroy the misconception that public is bad, because it's neutral. That's like saying that money is bad. Okay, some people like to quote, money is the root of all evil. We know that. It's the love of money.
That's right.
The root of all evil.
Right.
We know that money, I believe money is an amplifier. Money makes good people really great, meaning their ability to do many great things. It makes bad people worse. It just amplifies things. It's a neutral. It's the same thing with public. It's neutral. It's an event. It's not a good or bad event. It's just an event. It's who is driving the ship, who is managing that company, whether it was public or private. That has more to do with it, not whether or not it is a public or a private company. So I want to destroy that myth right away. And I will let you know that our owners are still and will be still in charge. They are the majority ownership. They will be making those same decisions. None of the owners are going anywhere. And so all of the same benefits that we've been looking for. Now, what's in it for you? So I know that product is the fuel. I'm going to give you an analogy. We have a Ferrari, and whether you like Ferraris or not, just play the game with me. So you have a Ferrari. It's a beautiful, gorgeous machine. If you have no engine, then what good is that Ferrari? Or if you put a Volkswagen Beetle engine in there, how is that really a Ferrari? So that's one piece of the equation. Well, the Ferrari is what we're looking at today. The engine is the opportunity. What drives that engine? It's high octane fuel. If you put really low end gas in a really high octane engine, or put diesel, God forbid, in a high octane engine, then it's not going to run. And so the product is the high octane fuel. Well, if we are spending our excess cash on mergers, acquisitions, and growth and opening up new markets, what does that leave us to introduce new products that can benefit you? It doesn't allow for that. You've got to make those business decisions. And right when you're a growing entity, the high growth, which means that a market where you can 10 times your size, and like Italy was non-existent a year ago, and we're doing over $1 million a week in Italy now.
Crazy.
Now, you might look and say that was a great investment. Well, you know what? If you were on top of all that volume right now, and you were the distributor that brought in that Italian team, you would be like loving life right now. A big smile on your face. Well, in order to do that, it takes money to do that. So whether you believe that, big bad corporate is going to, be making all this money now, our ownership has never had that attitude. They have an abundance mentality.
They do.
And so for you, it's funding growth for you. I had a call tonight where someone asked me about the Philippines. The Philippines is not a market we're going into today, but with more an excess, an ability to acquire markets, acquire products, and do things like that, it will allow us to do that, which in turn really benefits you and makes us much more available for you to grow your business in new markets, with new products. And we have a number of new product categories that we want to pursue. And I'll just give you a hint right now. In the top 10 is sports nutrition, which we don't have anything really related. Well, we have a couple of things. Well,
Yes, huge. That's a huge category.
when, let's say in our current state, we wouldn't have had that on the planning. But now we can start looking at sports nutrition. We can start looking at new technologies. I hate our shopping cart. I'm going to be really upfront with you. Our shopping cart is antiquated. It's like you walk into a church gym and every product is on display there. And you have to walk around trying to find it. It's like, it doesn't make sense to me. Well, new technology that we're actually building today over the next 4 to 6 weeks will allow for a much more streamlined, easy to navigate shopping cart. Well, that takes funds, right? So all of these things that are meant to, and they may seem like corporate advantages or corporate strategies, but they filter down where they make your life faster, easier to do your business, new markets that you can expand into, new products that can benefit your lives. So all in all, now the last piece of the equation is really up to you. And that's right now, if you wanted to invest in Ariix's future for yourself and be an investor with the owners and others and me, you would have to have a big chunk of money. Well, now you can actually participate in the purchase of stock within your own company. And that will be a really cool and a great opportunity, especially if you believe in the future of the company. People have asked me, and I know that's another question, do you believe this is a good investment? If you ask me if one of our products could cure a disease, what would my answer be? We don't cure, treat, or, any of that. That's the same language with investing. I cannot tell you whether or not I believe you should invest in the future of the company. I can't tell you that. However, if you ask me, like, go ahead and ask me.
Like, will you invest? Will you be investing? Would you personally invest, Rick?
Well,
are you personally going to invest? In fact, that's another question a lot of people ask me.
Absolutely.
Who can invest in this? I mean,
so I'll answer that.
Okay, sorry, I asked you about 4 questions there, but
no, it's okay. So, are you willing to? Or are you going to invest? The answer is absolutely. The second piece of that is I've already called the manager of my 401k. And if this gives you any indication, I've asked him to liquidate 1/3 of my 401k. Now, I'm not a young man, so that's not a small feat. And it's a lot. And some people would say that's a huge risk. Well, I don't believe it is because that's my own personal belief. I'm not suggesting anybody do that. Please. This is not a recommendation to go liquidate your 401k. You asked me what I'm going to do. I'm telling you what I am doing. I'm liquidating 1/3 of it to invest when it goes public, and we can make that announcement, which is hopefully in the next few days. Then I plan to turn that around and buy with that 1/3 Ariix stock. Number 2 is I have X amount in savings that I've already set aside that I will be investing outside of my retirement directly into Ariix stock. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not recommending that anybody do that because that would be irresponsible to recommend that. You asked me what I'm doing. Also, because one of the reasons why I came to Ariix is one of the same reasons why you love Ariix is the growth potential. I don't build a downline. So my growth potential is in bonuses that I receive when the market grows. 90% of all the bonuses I'm going to be getting over the next 5 years will be in stock, not in cash. Because again, that's my belief. Now, I do have some knowledge of conversations that are taking place, and we communicate those fairly generally of the ways that this company is going to grow in our forecasts and so on. So that's what I'm doing. Now, how does anybody do that? Well, I went on to tdameritrade.com, which is that's one way that you can purchase. There's another one called Robinhood, I think, is another one. If you Google stock investments, you'll probably be referred to a majority of, there's Charles Schwab, you see commercials for, there's all sorts of ways you can set up a brokerage account. I'm not recommending one over the other. But I just went on and Googled and I clicked on one and I set up an application. and I'm just waiting to transfer funds until I get the word, because I can't buy anything before you can. That's a real issue. If I was to, on speculation, knowing the company that we're merging with, go and buy stock, I could risk jail time. And I'm
We
not.
don't want that, Rick. We need you here leading our team.
Thank
So
you.
let me segue into one other question. I'm looking at people are
Yeah.
putting a question in the chat. I'm looking at people are talking about our AOR points. Are we going to have ways? Because I want to be just really straight. There's a lot of people inside our organization that don't have hefty 401ks. They don't have big savings plans.
Yep.
In fact, the majority of people that start network marketing started as an additional stream of income.
Yep.
So, because that would have been me, and I'm very sensitive to that. And so I think, is this a benefit for us as promoters? And how can we get a piece of the pie of this, so to speak, for the average person looking at having an investment in our company that we believe in? And will there be ways for us to be able to get stock?
So that question came up in the in the Zoom, and Fred and Mark alluded to this. I don't have an answer for that today. We don't have an answer for that today. Mainly because there are some really, really strict regulations as to who can offer stock, who cannot offer stock. The intention, however, is to create a way where AOR, what we call opportunity credits, will be able to exchange for options or some sort of a way that you can participate using AOR. We just don't have an answer for that today. It's a little premature for that, but that is one of the intentions of the company.
And I love that. And I heard that the entry level, the stock price is going to be reasonable. It's going to be something that the everyday average person and promoter inside of our representative inside of Ariix is going to have an opportunity to participate in. And to me, that's a huge, huge thing, because I want that for myself and I want that for my team. But Rick, thank you so much. These are exciting times, don't you think?
Oh, when I joined the company 2 years ago, I saw the foundations of this. I saw the ripples of the wave starting to form. And, a lot of people, and first of all, I'm right there with all of you guys. I don't have a large 401k. When I say a third of mine, I mean, I could have $1,000 in there is all. And a third of it would still be a third, right? So please don't believe that I'm still working, because I'm building that for myself. So that is not, I am one of you. And so trust me, you have a failed company, very much like you guys had to go through that. A number of years ago, I had a failed company and got stuck with a pretty sizable piece of that debt myself that I've been working through. So, I'm right there with you. And so for me, it's a sacrifice, but it's something I believe in. When I joined the company 2 years ago, I really saw what I believed was going to be this. I don't pretend to be a seer or some sort of prophet. I saw the ripples. I saw everything in place. And I don't remember when Mark said, you're going to be taking like a 2 or 3 step back from your career trajectory. Are you willing to do that? But also, would you be able to do that? Because from an ego standpoint, that's not an easy thing to do. And I saw this. I saw what we're doing today, and I saw what was possible. And we look at this and see 1,000 title advancements in 1 week. Gosh, this is the beginning. This is not missing the boat. This is not, the train left the station a few years ago and you're going to get a tail end of anything. This is the beginning. Yeah. And I just am so excited. It's why I'm here tonight. Let's face it, there are 42 people on here and 41 of us have better things to do. It's just life, we have family, we have all things to do. My wife's waiting downstairs for me to come. We're watching the Marvel movies together, and from start to finish. And I just, I believe in what we're doing, and this means a lot to me. It's our futures. It's the futures of your families and your children's families that we're talking about here. And that's really why I'm motivated.
Yes, I love that, Rick. And this is why you motivate us is your authenticness, your encouragement. I am so thankful that we have a company that our leadership looks like you, Rick. And I appreciate you so much. And I know that the people feel, you know, if I was the first time listening to you and I was listening to this opportunity, I'd be so drawn to it immediately because of the authentic way that I believe Ariix cares for our people and cares for our reps. And it's exciting times. But thanks, Rick. You go and enjoy your Marvel movie and appreciate your time so much tonight. We're all just incredibly excited about the days ahead. Things are bright. The future is bright. It is so, so bright. And that's ultimately, I think, what Rick just said to us in a capsule. It is so, so bright. I want to introduce you to Eava Baca Currence. She's going to close out our call tonight, our Zoom tonight. Eava has been inside this opportunity for a little over 5 years. She has led a very successful team. She's one of the hardest working people I know, and I call her the lover of the people because she really is. And she's going to share with you how to get started inside of this opportunity. Eava?
All right. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Rick. We just adore you. This is Rick's grandchildren. Aren't they adorable? And his beautiful wife. We just absolutely love her.
Awesome.
Yes, we need to give her a round of applause, right?
Totally.
Totally. So I'm just going to go really quick because I know we have people on this call who, just so you know, Rick was the CEO. He was the kahuna. He was the head of his own company and took a step back for Ariix. And that says a lot. And for those of you who don't know, this is my 401k plan. This is it. And we are really excited. Just really quickly, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the business of Ariix. My background is my husband and I were in ministry. We're foster parents to gang kids. We traveled all over the world speaking, teaching, and then a debilitating accident changed my life overnight. And so we came a little closer to home. We decided to do something a little less strenuous and plant a church. Yes, I know that wasn't less strenuous. And in order to fund that, hello, my name is Eava. I am a serial entrepreneur. And so we decided to open a coffee shop. And to fund everything was great. We had a business plan. You know that if you have a brick and mortar business, you need a business plan. You probably need to take out a loan. And we did that. We had a business plan, and then life happened. And all of a sudden, we were not dealing any longer with serving coffee and praying for people. We were praying for life and death issues. And we were dealing with life and death problems. And so with all of that stress, there I am at 175 pounds at my cousin's wedding. And we needed an answer. And in the midst of that, let me tell you something. If somebody has a health challenge, I can guarantee you they have a financial challenge. So our financial challenge, our financial bouquet turned out to be, we lost everything. We lost our home. And we lost all of our investments, our 401k went, and we needed an answer. So I had a friend who loved me very dearly. And then when I asked her to pray for me, because after all, we are praying people, she said, not only am I going to pray for you, but I have an answer for you. And that's Ariix. Well, at the time it was Limu, but Limu is Ariix and Ariix is Limu. We are the supplement formerly known as Limu. And so I was a little hesitant, but when we started the business, this is the deal. The thing about network marketing is we're in the business of changing lives one story at a time. These are my friends. Every one of them has an issue. They have a story. And it's not just about, who looks good and is a great model, even though, people like Tammy look fantastic. But it's about real people with real challenges. And so it worked for me. And Rick already went over this. We're a $220 million company, which will be $250 million. We're on a growth spurt. We already went through that. Thank you, Rick. And we're a global business. We have already merged within the last month. This was last month. 2 businesses. One is Shannon. One is Maltby. We're growing. We're going public. Whoa! Why wouldn't you want to be a part of this? But for many, like for myself, I was a business snob. Really. Excuse me, I don't have to take out a 6-figure loan. Excuse me, I don't have to have a 5-year payout and hope I make some money. No, it's real simple. Just redirect your spending. Do you buy supplements? You might as well buy it from your own home-based business. Do you buy toothpaste? You might as well buy it from your own home-based business. You can put it in Piggly Wiggly's pocket, or you can put it in your own. And not only are you going to be buying good products, you're going to be buying the best. Those that have the Ariix seal of approval. If you're an athlete, products that you don't have to worry about tripping a drug test. We are talking about premium wellness. And let me tell you, I am here, and believe me, hear me, when all you have left is your health, you want to make sure that what you put in your body, just like Rick was talking, do not put diesel in a Maserati. I don't own a Maserati, but I wouldn't put diesel in it. And it's real simple. This is the simplest business plan I've ever seen. Take that thick piece of a book with your business plan, and this is what you do. Buy the product, become a product of the product. This is me, and I'm a pretty happy camper. So, how do you get started in this business? I want to get right to it. It's very simple. Buy a pack of products. For me, I just wanted to get healthy. I didn't want a part of the business. I was a business snob, remember? And so some of you just say, I just want the products. Great. Buy a pack of products. That's how you get started. Whether it be clean air and water. You do buy water bottles? What if you only had to buy one and it was the same technology that NASA uses? You can either buy 400 bottles of water, add that up, or you can buy one Purity water filter. Skincare. I call this age erased. When he was talking about middle-aged women, well, some of us are women of a certain age. I call this my age erase. Now, I'm here to tell you that when it comes to skincare, that's a $135 billion industry. That is opportunity. Need to lose some weight? 30 pounds ago, I sure did. And did you know that weight loss is actually a $204 billion industry? That's opportunity. But not only is it opportunity, it's products that work. It's not about starving yourself. It's about getting healthy and having a lifestyle. Personal care products, $250 billion industry. I almost missed it there. Health and wellness, I want you to get this, is a $4.2 trillion industry. Energy drinks, that's a $55 billion industry. But this is what I'm going to say. Get your pen out, write this down. Fucoidan, F-U-C-O-I-D-A-N. F-U-C-O-I-D-A-N. Fucoidan. Go to pubmed.gov, P-U-B-M-E-D.gov. Look up the 1900 studies, and if you want to read them, you can, because of course you're going to do your own research. It's called Quality Premium Wellness. If you go to Piggly Wiggly or you go to Vitamin Cottage and you buy the cheapest product out there, you have just wasted your money. It's about buying products that work. And I'm here to tell you, when you have a health need, you need something that works. And it's very simple. Buy a pack of products and then share your transformation. That's all you have to do. Skincare, weight loss, whether you're a professional athlete or whether you're just like Victor and want to get healthy, not starve yourself, you might as well shop in your own online business. The easiest and most simple business plan I've ever seen. So what do? We talked about it before. Buy a pack of products And that's how you get started. And then if all you want to do is like I did, all I wanted to do was get healthy, buy a pack of products, and buy wholesale. And then you know what happened? The products worked. So then people started coming to me and saying, whatever you're doing, I want. My husband spent 35 days every day in a hospital, walked out. The next door neighbor came over and he was on top of the roof cleaning the gutters. You know what that neighbor said? Whatever you're doing, I want it. So whether you want to buy wholesale, I guarantee you though, people are going to want what you want. So all you do is share your transformation. And then once you share your transformation and your neighbors start coming over and saying, I want what you want, I want to lose 30 pounds too, then you might decide maybe this is a business that I should get into. So how do you get into the business? It's real simple. You know that pack of products you bought? Just share it with 4 others and bring in 4 business partners. Now look at what happens. All of a sudden, you're making a commission on helping people change their lives. It's all about the need that others have. We have what other people are praying for. And if you make a little bit of money on the side, woo, what a deal. So imagine this. This is what happened. I didn't have a lot of money at the time. Remember, we'd lost our home. We lost everything. We took every penny that we had. We put it together. We bought a pack of products. We made commission on those products. We watched people change their lives. We made bonuses plus your retail sales, and we started a business which was profitable and debt-free in less than 8 weeks. Oh, I wish somebody would have told me that when I was younger. Now, if you're just trying to get by, if this is your 401k like it was for us, then, you know, just get in, get a pack of products, and we'll show you how to do it. Or if you're a business person and you're looking for an opportunity, go big. Same thing. In 8 weeks, our goal is to get you on your way to profitable and debt-free. Whether it be big, whether it be little, you want to go for gold. Now, for those of you who are business snobs like I was, or for those of you who don't understand the business of network marketing, let me show you where the gold is. This is the gold of the business. It's called the power of multiplication. So in my previous business, if I wanted to sell 4 cups of coffee, I had to make 4 cups of coffee. And then I had to make an additional 4 cups, and 16 cups, 64 cups. I had to make 256 cups. I had to make 1,000 cups. I had to make 4,000 cups. And then I had to talk to all those people and then turn around and do it all over again the next month if I wanted to make a living. In network marketing, we build in teams. We build as a family. What you do, buy a pack of products, share it with 4 people. And together as a team, we share it with 4 people who share it with 4 people. And we just replicate ourselves. And how do you replicate yourself? Become a product of the product. I mean, how simple is that? Do you use toothpaste? Do you use supplements? Put it into your own home-based business. Now, this is where the real gold is. You have business partners, not employees. You know what? That's a big difference in attitude. Not only that, the reason you want to join Ariix is called Activate. Why Activate? Because we have a matching team lead bonus. Look at this. You know those 4 people that you signed up? Well, you make 15% of what they make because we're a team. And those 60 people that they signed up, they make 15%, you make 10%. We're a team. Those people sign up 4, you make 5, they make 10. The people you signed up make 15. We're a team. And then look at this. You're making 5% of your entire team. Now, you know what that means? That means long-term residual income. So imagine this. 4,000 people in your organization just because you shared your transformation with 4 people who were praying for an answer. If those 4 people buy toothpaste, they buy supplements, they decide to buy 1 water bottle instead of 400. The average American spends between $200 to $400 a month just on supplements. That doesn't even include toothpaste. But say each one of those people, each one of your team members, spend $150 a month. You know what that means? That means long-term residual income. And then you get to spend the money all over again. Woo! It's called matching reward dollars. So whether you like diamonds, whether you like to travel, you can get your travel at ridiculously reduced rates. Whether you want to buy your products at a reduced rate, or if you're self-employed, the biggest issue today, most people I know that have jobs, who are entrepreneurs, have jobs because they need health insurance. Not any longer. You don't have to worry about that, because if you start an Ariix business, we have a health plan. It's a fresh approach. If you have a phone, you can have a business. That's your overhead. Buy a pack of products, order your products monthly, and then spend time with people you like. On Monday morning, instead of complaining because you have to go to a job, you get to spend time with people that you love. Get excited, because all over again, we're watching people change their lives, one story at a time. So whether you need a home, whether you're saving for college, whether you just need a savings account like some of us, whether you want to spend time at home with your family, whatever your why is, we succeed as a team. And whoever invited you here invited you because they believe in you, and because they want you to become a part of our team, because we believe in you. So if they believe in you, we believe in you. So I have one question for you. Are you ready to get started? If you are, get back with the person who invited you. Like I said, we work as a team. We're all here to help you. Thank you so much, Tammy. We went over a little bit tonight, but it was definitely worth it having Rick Redford on.
Absolutely, it was. Thank you, Eava. We are excited for you to join us, and thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic, wonderful evening, and we will look forward to seeing you next Tuesday with another special guest. All the best to everyone, and get back with the person that invited you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Great job, Eava.
Good night, everyone. We love you all.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Great job, Eava.
Thanks, Eava. Thanks, Tammy.
Love you all.
Blessings. Love ya.